In a stunning announcement this week, it was revealed that Milli Vanilli, the long-haired teen pop idols, are fakes who did not perform any of the singing on their Grammy-winning hit album. The real singers' identities have been closely guarded until now.
I do all of Vanilli's parts, and my wife here does Vanilli.
This is an amazing revelation. What are your plans now?
Oh, we keep busy. I also do Paula Abdul and Janet Jackson and Ben here. He handles all of MC Hammer's stuff.
Incredible. You are busy.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of performers out there who don't have any real talent on their own. Oh, by the way, what time is it now?
11:30.
Oh, dear, we have to run.
Oh, why is that?
We're also doing Keister's monologue.
This is Almost Live, where Thanksgiving is coming up, a warm and traditional time of turkey and dressing and sweet potatoes and cranberries and crab cakes and cornmeal mash and pig's feet and tongue and beef brains and goat eyes and...
Look, why don't you just drop it?
Okay. And now, here he is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, what do you know? The Apple Cup between the University of Washington and Wazoo was played today, and once again, the Cougars lost. Oh, well, you know, yeah, a lot of sad faces here in Seattle about that. Apparently, the Cougars have been having a lot of trouble recruiting players since Idaho raised the drinking age to 21, which is a big problem there. Actually, Wazoo, you may have saw this today if you watched, tried an interesting strategy this year. They attempted to delay the game by phoning in a bomb threat, which is true. The plan backfired, though, because as one of the Cougars said, hey, we're always bombed anyway. So, you know. The other big college news is that the tuition is going to jump next year. You may have seen that on Wednesday, the state announced that students, or more accurately, their parents, are going to have to shell out some big bucks to stay in our institutions of higher learning. But that's good, because they're going to use that money to fund some terrific new projects at colleges and universities around Washington. For example, at Evergreen, they're going to commission a bronze statue of Jerry Garcia, which is good. They're going to buy Birkenstocks for the entire senior class. And they're going to establish a new degree program in MFHS, Master of Fine Hacky Sack, which is good. At the University of Washington, they're going to find a cure for husky fever. They're going to bring beginning professors' pay up to the level of Dick's Drive-In. Most important, they're going to get that smell out of the IMA building. At Washington State, they're going to buy some more cows. They're going to pave the road into town, and they're going to go drinking. Yeah! Yeah! All right. A lot of beer money there. A lot of beer money. You know, that's very exciting news, and we're very excited at Almost Live because it's the beginning of the Christmas shopping season, and that means there are going to be lots of high-quality advertisements on our show to help you, the viewing public, choose wonderful gifts for your friends and family, and we're proud to kick off the season with a new sponsor.
Clap on, clap off.
America has made the clapper a huge success at $19.95. But what about when your hands are full of your favorite snacks? You can't clap. You can't reach the button. Oh, no. Now what? You need the kicker.
Kick on, kick off, kick on, kick off, the kicker.
Now try the new Screamer.
Scream on, scream off, scream on, scream off, the screamer.
Great for late night reading. And no house is complete without the Slapper.
Slap on, slap off, slap on, slap off, the slapper.
And the all-new Blow to the Solar Plexuser.
Blow on, blow off, blow on, blow off, the a blow to the solar plexus, sir.
And if you order before midnight, get all 4 for just $29.95. Hook them together for hours of fun.
Okay, all for your shopping pleasure. Stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back.
Male brain.
And female brain.
Oh, what a babe.
Bad shoes.
Due to the graphic nature of the following program, there may be certain scenes that are not suitable for some members of our viewing audience. Like wussies and little wimps and weenies.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Cops on Mercer Island.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think of Mercer Island as just some sort of, playground for the rich. But the fact is there's a lot of serious crime here. Got to do a lot of police work.
Yeah, we've got a 1047 down at the yacht club. Officer requiring assistance.
Roger, this is 203. I'm near that area. What intersection is that? Oh, hold on. I see him. Hold on.
What are you saying? It's not the real stuff?
All right, hold it. What do we got here?
Evian at all.
Hold it. Okay, Dad, this individual says that this gentleman sold him some water, and it's not actually Evian water. You're saying this guy
isn't
is
Evian.
ripping
What are
water.
you selling?
Yes, it's Evian water.
This is Evian water.
Yes.
You're selling Evian water.
Absolutely.
All right, let me try it out here. This is tap water, buddy. You're selling tap water. Where did this come from?
Came from the Mount Blanc region of France.
That's Mount Blanc. You know, it's illegal to drink tap water in Mercer Island. This is a very serious crime. Hey! Hold it, buddy! Hold it! All right, come on. Hey! All right. Now listen, you're under arrest for selling bogus Evian water. Now I'm going to read you your rights. You have the right to remain silent, although you can discuss real estate and boat taxes. If you don't have an attorney, we'll go down to the yacht club and we'll get you one. You have the right to have your colors done before any questioning. Now, do you understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you?
Yes, I do.
You want a latte?
Yeah, tall single.
All right. Give me this thing. All right, let's go. Yeah, you know, this is a beautiful place. You're not going to find a more beautiful town anywhere in the world, but more important, it's friendly. The people here are very friendly. Whoa, what do we got here? What do we have here? Hey there, buddy. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Fine.
Where are you from?
Just down the street here.
You live in Mercer Island?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess you could answer me a few questions. When did BMW go to fuel injection?
78.
Okay, what's the best ski resort in Colorado?
Like Placid.
Buddy, you're not from Mercer Island. Where are you from?
Kent.
Yeah, I thought so. Hey, listen, you know, we don't allow people from Kent in Mercer Island. You knew that. I'm going to give you a warning this time.
Okay.
I'm going to just wait over here, all right? Just stay right here. I'm going to call for the evacuation bus to get you out of here, all right? You just stay right there. I don't want to see you here again, okay?
Okay.
Just stay right there.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, the guy's from Kent. I feel sorry for him. It's sad, you know, but we just can't have that sort of thing on Mercer Island.
Yeah, we have a domestic dispute on the corner of 49th and Island Crest Way.
203, Roger. Man, domestic disturbance. That's the most dangerous call you can go on. It's very scary. I lost a partner on one of those.
I don't know what the problem is. It's
There
right
is
there.
no
You
problem.
can see the
No,
ball.
it was outside the line. No, you
Jason,
always do this.
You never know. No, it was outside the line.
Whoa, what's... Hey, time. Now, what's the problem here?
I had a perfectly good line of ball.
outside the line. It was outside the line. Look, you got
Time. Now listen, under these circumstances, there's no referee here, but by the bylaws of the city of Mercer Island, I can make these decisions. Now, you two are going to have to play the point over.
No!
No, we're not playing the ball.
You're
We're playing it
outside the line.
You'll play it over.
You're so competitive.
Freeze! Now play the point over.
Deuce. What you want, what you want, what you gonna do?
Cops on Mercer Island.
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. Shoreline Community College is now offering a class on the history of Canada. The first lesson will cover the biggest drunken brawls of the Calgary Stampede. King FM was named the best classical station in the United States by the National Association of Broadcasters. KJR won a similar award from the National Association of People whose lives pretty much ended in 1966. Because of a shortage of manpower, the City of Seattle's Crime Warrant Division is now asking people to turn themselves in. Now, for those considered dangerous, the department requests that they hold a gun on themselves when reporting to authorities. The Los Angeles Times reports that Brian Bosworth has legally changed his name to Bosworth with a Z. Apparently, people were confusing him with another guy named Bosworth who used to be a lame pro football player with a really bad haircut. Sonic guard Dale Ellis has been put on the suspended list. Team officials say Ellis didn't do anything wrong. They're just practicing for the next time he screws up. A new report says that the Seattle schools are good but have bad leadership. When asked about the report, leaders were sort of withdrawn and preoccupied with their own concerns. Fur Island is drying out. It had been flooded last week. Residents want to thank everyone who pitched in, and they look forward to seeing all of us next year. Last week's $12 million lotto jackpot was won by an Everett truck driver. He said that his lifestyle won't change, but now he'll be able to afford some really cool mud flaps. Oregon State University quarterback Fred Schweer was arrested for shoplifting a Penthouse magazine. In his defense, Schweer said he didn't have any money with him and there was this really great article he wanted to read. Finally, a man was arrested after threatening to blow up 3 QFC stores. A company spokesman said, from this point on, QFC will sell only decaffeinated coffee. This has been the John Report. Thank you.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
Look at that extension. Oh, he's absolutely floating.
What's that in his tights? A cup?
Hello, I'm Michael Jordan. I've been asked to endorse a lot of fine products, and I've just been asked to endorse King Television's Almost Live show. No way. No.
Welcome to How to Ruin Your Thanksgiving. I'm John Keister, and first of all, I want to thank you for all the nice letters I got from last week's show, How to Ruin Veterans Day, and I hope you all get out of jail soon. Well, you know, it's a pretty easy show this week because with the possible exception of New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving is the easiest occasion to ruin. But if you need a little help, I'd say try these tips. You might try inviting your Mormon boss, his wife, and an atheist coworker, and then start things off with a Thanksgiving prayer to Muhammad. Remember to vacuum during all football games and put Thai food in the Jell-O. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you may want to adjust these tips to the meal served in your area. You know, the Thanksgiving feast is different in different parts of our great state. For example, in Tacoma, they serve peas and pearl onions on a bed of pulp.
In Bellingham, they've got mushroom appetizers and no main course. In Burien, it's meatloaf and green beans like every other night. In Aberdeen, they'll be having spotted owl instead of turkey this year. And in Federal Way, King's Table. Now, one of the easiest and most effective ways to ruin Thanksgiving is through the creative use of guests. Now, for maximum effect, make sure your guest list has some variation of the following. Cousin Clark, who's on a break from college where he's picked up the mandatory indignant attitude.
You know, the so-called Thanksgiving we make such a big deal about, it's nothing more than a celebration of the exploitation of farm animals. Each year, thousands of sexually insecure neo-fascists arm themselves to the teeth with guns and hatchets, then go off to slaughter helpless fat birds that can't even fly. Then they slap each other on the back and congratulate themselves loudly, like they just bagged a rhino. Well, it's because of this good old boy macho ritual I choose to boycott our turkey dinner. I'm calling Domino's.
Another major irritant is perky Aunt Joyce, who's so interminably upbeat that she makes all the other guests wish they were dead.
Oh, your table setting. Oh, it's just darling. Did you get those chopping block placemats at Nordy's? You know, I saw them there when I finally finished my Christmas shopping last month. Oh, what a nightmare. But doesn't it feel good when you're done? Oh, doesn't it feel good? And I just love your apron. Vertical stripes are so flattering. Oh, of course, not that you need it. Here, let me help you fold those napkins. You know, I took a class in special holiday folds. I know how to make them up into the cutest little Mayflower ships.
You see, guaranteed to ruin any Thanksgiving celebration. Finally, there's crazy Uncle Walter who thinks that cranberries let people read your mind. He blocks their signals with aluminum foil.
They're out there, man, and they can hear everything we say, man.
You see how easy it is? Now, a surefire method to put a kink in any Thanksgiving is to produce a football. Now, this will ensure that at halftime, a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old guys will grab it, run onto the lawn, and cause injuries that'll plague them for the rest of their lives. They'll writhe around in agony at the dinner table, but as long as they're around each other, they'll pretend it doesn't hurt and try to eat with movements that won't cause the pain to flare up. And that brings us back to eating. You know, there's a lot of food to eat on Thanksgiving, but more important, there's lots of food to avoid. You know, everybody tries to dodge the canned cranberry sauce. Well, make your guests deal with it. Start a new tradition, the sauce toss. Everybody has to toss it to one another. Whoever drops it has to eat it. Yeah, that ought to liven up the party. And then there's always arguments about how to cut the turkey. Well, I say push it a little farther. Try my way. The gobbler piñata. Yeah! All right. Whoa, look out, Bob. Look out, Bob. Yeah! Well, that ought to do it. That ought to do it. And stay with us. Watch my show next week, How to Ruin Christmas. We'll see ya. Rat dog.
Ew, a rat dog.
It was great because the bouncers threw us out. I said, "This is New York. I thought you could do anything in New York." He goes, "Not in this club, you don't."
I checked the air in the tires. I checked the windshield wiper. I checked the oil.
See, but the thing is, you didn't check the air in your brain.
Did we leave those girls there?
I think so.
I don't remember us.
We had to go find Mike. He was stuck at some girl's house puking.
That's right.
We're stuck in Portland, and everybody hated Rob, so nobody gave him a ride.
Drink away. Who was that baby you were with last night?
That was my brother.
Levi's 100% cotton rockers. If you're not wearing rockers,
you suck.
Another fine product. Well, that's just about all the time we have on this show. I want you to please be sure to join us next week when we will present the best of Almost Live, which is going to be a special shortened show. No. Comedy, just that easy. And 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with an all-new show featuring the winner of the Seattle stand-up comedy competition, whoever that turns out to be through the grueling competition. Now, are we going to plug tickets here? Yes. Now, do we have the ticket number? No. Oh, there it is, yes. Call for free tickets there during what it says right there. I don't have, those of you who are literate, please follow the instructions here. And if you get a person, ask for Princess Clarissa. Anyway, bye-bye. We'll see you next week. That is 2 weeks.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza.